Hello everybody, that's Mario here with a brand new video for you guys. Today we're having a slight bit of issues for the audio that I was supposed to play for the dialogue right there. Really I've been having a bit of issues with a lot of things with this game, as far as recording for this game and server issues. Sorry about that, but we're just gonna brush that off to the side and move on. So last time when I left off, we were just starting to head down to Coalescence Core, and last time we also had a shotgun, but the game didn't want to record that, so we're just gonna have to deal with that for a bit. But I do like this gun.
What did you find below Coalescence?
A CIA black project. Project Corvus. Unknown to the world, and unknown to most people in the know. As off the record as it got. A redacted footnote in Langley's history book. Part of me wishes we just turned back.
Why?
It would have been easier. For me. For Hendrix. For the world.
Is it such a bad thing? To want to be blissfully ignorant in the face of daunting adversity?
We didn't have a choice.
Fate thrust upon them rarely do.
Alright, entering this area bring back a couple of bad memories. But either way, you want to stand in the middle so you can actually activate this area. And then afterwards you want to walk back here, turn on your visor, and yeah, wait for the horde to come. So pretty much this is how the layout's gonna go. Anytime you do actually walk back here, there's going to always be 3 zombies in the middle, and there's going to be 2 zombies up top on both sides, or on individual sides. Put it a bit more, what's the word? Specific? Yeah, that works. Use your abilities when you can, because if you don't, they kind of just go to waste, you know. You just want to stay in this area, just keep shooting up all these zombies. Make sure you watch that left door right there, because zombies do spawn out, just like it did right then, as you can see. Yeah, just make sure you clear out as many zombies as you can. I can't stress that enough, because once you start booking out of this room, oh boy. Round 2 happens. Yeah, just make sure you just run out of that room, because if you don't, there's going to be a zombie that really spawns right there. There's one that spawns up there too, as you can obviously see, with me getting hit in the back. Use explosives as you will. Just gonna load this really slow gun. Make sure you watch out right there, because a couple of times I do get kind of trapped underneath the door that's there on that lift. It's really annoying. I'm not gonna look at it because it disgusts me. But we're just gonna kind of move on from that. Gonna kill this last zombie. Gonna run right into the door. And yeah, we made it right past that part. Pretty smooth as far as that goes. Let's open up this door into a cutscene.
The human testing lab. What awaited you there?
We found the truth. The cause of the disaster.
You are certain of this?
We didn't have the full picture. Not yet. But this was the source. We knew Coalescence was where the virus originated, but residue of 6115 in the air left no doubt. This was where it all began. When the disaster happened, hundreds of thousands died instantly. And they were the lucky ones. Because when the rest of Singapore inhaled 6115, changed. From the living into the living dead. These test subjects, they were linked together, connected with a direct neural interface. Their minds hardwired into the central server. Hendricks didn't like what he saw. You knew something was wrong. The same tech in our own heads made us what we were. It was down here in this room. We didn't know what happened, but the data didn't lie. Man did what man always does, playing God and fucking everything up. We, the CIA, man, we created these things. We changed the world.
How do you mean, change the world?
The Winslow Accord and the Common Defense Pact. We'd been engaged in a Cold War for nearly a decade. 6115 changed that. When the dead walked among us, we set aside our differences. For all of your conflicts, you and your enemy had two things in common. You're both human, and you both want to stay that way.
Was this the source of the signal?
No, but it looked like Taylor had come through. Our answers were still further down.
Alright, so prepare for the longest door opening scene that you will ever see in your life. Alright, and let's assume position once again, for probably the second time. Alright, so for this part, you just want to kind of just rush ahead. Just want to take this left pass. But probably the easiest for me to really get past this part. Then you just want to kind of post up back here. Try to get some headshots to slow down the zombies, so the door is open. Takes a while, so just make sure that you watch your ammo supply. Make sure to use your stuns as I just have done. Try not to blind yourself, of course, like I did a second time. See, this is the section of how you should not play it, / how you should play it. I think I forgot to say this, but you should really use your visor a lot. Because it makes it so much easier to actually see zombies in this area. I mean, red on green, yeah, that's way easier than black on gray. Alright, just gonna get some more ammo, gonna run up ahead. And yeah, you just want to book it for this area too. You probably will get hit a couple times, unfortunately. Afterwards, yeah, you can pretty much see it. I don't have to narrate every part of this. That would be definitely pretty cool if there was a narrator for your life there. Kind of panic here with the two stuns. Straight to the effective. Alright, you don't really have to do this, but you can shoot all the zombies that are back there, just to make sure enough come ahead. Alright, you don't really need to also get any more ammo, or get a new gun if you already have this one.
When you found the server room, did you have any idea what you would uncover?
We couldn't have known. What we found was... We found Sebastian Diaz. One of Taylor's. Another dead killer. Our friend. He'd linked himself to the CIA server, connected directly with the Winslow Accord systems. He was deactivating defenses for the undead quarantine zones all over the world. The massive walls containing the spread, keeping us from the undead. Deactivating the defenses would let the flesh-eating hordes loose upon the living. It would end humanity. We had to stop him. The only way to stop him now was by destroying the server.
Alright, so from here on out, it's gonna start slowing down a bit. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of intense, but for the most part, it's gonna be slowing down the gameplay, kind of. The reason why I say it, well, because there's gonna be a lot of zombies. And you have to take your time to really shoot a lot of them. Even when you like are getting a lot of headshots, it's still gonna take quite a bit to actually kill them because they're all spread out, as you can kind of see here. Yeah, you really don't even have to move from this area until that starts to open up. It takes a while too, so yeah, don't really have to do a lot. Gosh dang my carelessness. Alright. Just shoot at the objectives and run to them, kind of. Okay, before actually running up, you want to make sure that you clear out a lot of these zombies. Because if you don't, they're going to literally come out of nowhere and start slashing at you. I think I actually have a recording of what would happen if you do just run ahead. Or maybe that was failed recording. But either way, you just want to make sure that you kill all these zombies, because they will make your day really bad. Yeah. One thing really slower than zombies is this sequence right here. And that was the entire sequence. Like, what the heck? Alright. Gosh, damn, I'm recording. Anyway, we're gonna just kind of rinse and repeat. Just gonna shoot these zombies a bunch. Gonna make sure that all these zombies get killed really good. Yeah, there's not a lot of things to really talk about. They just kind of repeat the sequence 3 times. Just kind of run around, look at the scenery, pretty much. They introduced these bomber guys, bomberman, bomber zombies. No matter what word you really give them, they're probably even easier than actual zombies themselves. Because not only do they blow up, they kill other zombies when they do. So if anything, they're really something to be used, kind of like the grenades or flashbang. Alright. think this is the last round where I have to dunk the zombie and the grenade. What the heck am I on? Anyways, you just have to do the sequence again. Oh my gosh. Unlike in the original story, you don't have to actually keep Hendrix alive, so you can pretty much just stand back here, shoot zombies when they come, and just wait for the big orb and the pillar to really appear. And I know it's supposed to be the first boss, but man oh man, this boss is really easy. And actually, when you think about it, it's really not even all that cool. Especially the second time around. The most cool thing about this is really the atmosphere. Some of these guys that are coming to, well, eat you. Oh yeah. Okay, wall run doesn't want to work for me for some reason. Thanks game, you know, you make my job real easy here. Anyways, now that that's open, we can pretty much go dunk this grenade in. Make sure you don't get blown up on your way. Make sure you just try to stay as far away as these stinking zombies as you can. Cause let me just say, there was one time when I played this and I actually did dunk this in. And for some reason, it didn't count. The zombies ate me when I landed on the ground. Like, it would actually play out that I was destroying this, and it just didn't count. It was so broken. But anyways, here's the cutscene, guys.
You killed him. Your friend.
He left us no choice. Hendrix wasn't happy and let Diaz know that. He'd unleashed the dead upon the world. Hendrix knew what he had to do.
You needed to find out what he knew. What he knew about Taylor.
Interfacing with Diaz and accessing his memories was the only way to find him.
Knowing what you know about DNI, interfacing would surely kill him.
That didn't matter. We had to know. Had I known what it would do to Hendrix. From the interface, Hendrix learned Taylor was trying to get out of Singapore. There wouldn't be much time before we'd be too late.
Tell me about the name. The name Hendrix learned.
The name. Deimos. The demigod of dread and terror. Hendrix, myself, we had no idea what it meant, but Taylor's team was obsessed with it. But more importantly, we learned our arrival on site wasn't a secret. We had company. Go Julan, leader of the 54 Immortals. The Winslow Accord had no quarrel with them. To their credit, they had no idea we were down there. Had they known... well, I'm not sure things would have gone any differently. The Immortals had worried for years about another outbreak. This was the final straw, and contamination was a risk they weren't willing to take. They blew the supports and let the ocean flood the building. We needed to haul ass and get the hell out of there.
Alright. Like she said, we just killed Diaz and we don't exactly care. Hendrix doesn't care, and we're moving on. If you play the original story, you know that Hendrix definitely did care. Oh my gosh, literally made an entire story about it. I can see what they were trying to do. They were trying to kind of create an emotional attachment to some of these characters, but I feel like they just failed really hard because emotional attachment is created through a long extent of character interaction. You know what I'm saying? Like they just kind of threw the idea at you and they didn't really bring it out to the fullest of their ability. I felt, you know, at least how I feel now. First time when I played to the story, I was just so amazed by like all the blood and gore that they just managed to put in to the story, and at the same time being amazed, horrified. Like there's just no feeling for it. It's interesting. It definitely is interesting. It's like, what the heck? But anyways, now that we're in this section, what you want to do, you want to shoot these guys that are jumping down, you want to turn around, you want to shoot these guys that are in here. You know, just casually shoot from the balcony that you're standing on. No big deal. I mean, they don't care. They're zombies. Do a quick reload. And yeah, just like in the first section of this mission, you're gonna post up back here, and instead of a small corridor, you're gonna have a longer corridor. We're upgrading the world, boys. So yeah, you're just gonna be shooting from back here. You're gonna be tossing out stun grenades, gonna be tossing out regular grenades, and you're just gonna be shooting them, posting up, doing pretty much the same thing you did in the first section. I guess I'm gonna do a little dance over this edge. Alright. I'm not sure if they can actually hurt Hendrix. I never let them get close enough. You might be safe being on that top balcony in that section, but I'm not sure.
We needed to get out of there before the whole building collapsed. Hendrix had an idea.
So in this section of the game is
the water pressure
also going to mess me over again. It doesn't really matter because I don't really need ammo, but as you can see here, I can't resupply at these resupply boxes. And I was just like, okay, the game's just going to mess me over some more. I don't really care. Fine, be that way. Alright. I think I made the mistake of sitting in that specific area because I got slammed right into that wall. I'm not sure if you can die in this area, so just make sure you try to head through those areas as best as you can. Alright. For this section, you just want to kind of follow the markers as you see them. Make sure to take out bombs if they're in your way, like here. Just gonna swim up to this box-looking area. Just gonna have to swim right through. Kill zombies on your way, you know. It brings up the stats just a bit, you know, they're free stats. I don't think that you can level up in this game mode though, so kind of pointless in a way. Alright, if you don't hear from me, I'll be in the next episode. Peace.
And what happened then?
We got through it. We survived. Taylor's team was making their way out of Singapore, but we weren't giving up that easy. We still had a chance to catch up before the quarantine zone collapsed entirely. We couldn't make sense of what they'd done, their motivations, their actions. There was no way to explain it. At least not yet. To figure that out, we needed them, and we also needed to get the hell out of Singapore. That was the day everything changed. That was the beginning.